Hello everyone and welcome to our 5th installment of Skyblock. Now, in this one we're not going to do a whole lot of base building because I'm still trying to gather all the obsidian to do this, so it's a very long process. Now, I could put a bunch of iron sieves to get the obsidian, but I don't have much room right there to do that. So in the meantime, I'm going to just let the game run while I'm off not recording and hopefully get enough to do this so we can start our evil lab. But in the meantime, I just want to go to the nether again and just explore a little bit. Now, before we go there, I did get a decent amount of netherrack and then this, oh god, what's it called? Warp Nylium? So we could make trees and whatnot of the warp. Because I want at least in our evil lab to use that for the what's it called? At least for the doors. I want at least to have that turquoise, not turquoise, bluish green kind of doors for a base. Then I was gonna think about also having some walls or the flooring in black stuff. Now, I still can't wait for the next update. Just seeing all the stuff that's gonna be added, it's just exciting. Now, there's also another reason why we're here. Oh, is the fact that we could get ancient three, and I kind of want to just have a fully outkitted gear of ancient, of ne netherite armor and everything. I just want to be fully kitted out. But I mean, the easiest place to really, the easiest place to get ancient debris would be like at Y13. Now, I can't actually see what Y level we're at, unfortunately. So to do so, we will actually have to head to the very bottom until we hit bedrock, and then go up a couple blocks to make sure we're about that level. I mean, I could set up so we could see our coordinates, but it's like, do we really need that? I mean, we're in a skyblock for God's sake. Yeah, but as soon as we get the evil lab done, I would also start on the whole island expansion because we'll have set up for all our little auto creations, and one of those auto creation things would be the creation of oh, will be the creation of dirt, because in that what was it called again? God, I am scatterbrained today. But the creation composter, not the ordinary one, but the one made for this guy block. If you put 3 saplings in, like, you get 1 dirt block. So I'll make an auto form for that, so it's be easy to get a bunch of dirt. We could start making our own island. And then I was thinking also making for the nether portal. Of course I'm gonna move it. I'm not leaving it right there, but to have a little island of it, our own creation for another. We will make it look like the warp and the crimson forests have collided, and the portal will be in between them. Now, I would have to find the crimson biome to do that plan, but I mean, we could start out the warp side. Now, I'm gonna have to collect a lot of this black blackstone, because that is quite a large area. I don't know what will be better, dark floors or dark walls. I would say dark walls. Oh, forgot about that. I say if we have like what, maybe a couple inventory full of it, we should be okay. No matter what, um, this will be doubled because we're going to be using slabs for the build, so that way we could make sure that the light level coming through the lights that would have underneath the slabs will be shining through. Because if it's full block, well, it doesn't shine through. That means we won't have light level, which means we'll have mobs spawning, which is not good for a base. I mean, it's good for a mob farm, but not for a base. Which is, speaking about the mob farm, we will create that also. And that will be located further away from our base, more heading away from our island and the other islands. So there won't be any spawns chances of them going there. They will only spawn at the mob farm. Now, the reason why I want a mob farm is because I just want it for basically just gunpowder, so I can make rockets when we get if we could get elytra. So I mean, if we can't get an elytra, then that mob farm was pretty much useless. But you know, it's still a little fun little project to do. Yeah. This actual video is going to go up a little later than I would like it to, mainly because I goofed. I really did. Um, I did get a new game, and I kind of been spending a lot of my time playing it, and I totally forgot about recording in general. Not just this series, but all of the series that I've been doing. So, I have to keep a reminder that I have to do 2 other series this week, which is the Long Dark and then House Flipper. Now, House Flipper is actually very soothing in a way that, you know, it's very peaceful, very relaxed. And then Long Dark is quite the opposite. It's very scary. And the fact that you could die anytime, and if you die, well, there goes your run. You have to start a new one. Now, we are doing pretty well in that series for the third attempt first episode. We're in the mountain town, and we just got to the Grey Mother's house, if I remember correctly. Now, that leaves a lot of opportunities because looking at that map when I was editing that video, that we're actually in an area that is designated as for beginners technically because of the loot rate is a lot higher. And the area that we were starting in last attempts was one of the most difficult areas because loot was very low. And there wasn't very many places to go in general inside. Other than that, there was the dogs. I might actually grab a bunch of cobblestone from our base because there's really not use for it there, and use it here to make our portal very easy to find because I keep on losing it. Like right now. Okay, there it is. I'm trying to stay in the good close area to it. I'm also trying to make a lot of this area flat while also getting materials. Now then, when we go search around, it'll be easier to find our way home. Although, it'll probably be smart to also go up, because I see a bunch of blackstone right there. So there might be like big pockets of it up there. Now, we're just going to get inventory worth and then head back. Yeah. I'm thinking what other kind of farms we could do for this skyblock that is necessary for us, other than the mob farm and a sugarcane farm. Those resources of the sieves and whatnot that are special for the skyblock are easy to make auto. I mean, there's no work for it basically. And we don't need a huge sugarcane farm because we're not be trading with villagers. I mean, I haven't seen an actual village in the islands, so the only way we'll be using it is in making rockets. Other than that, there's no use for it. I mean, we could technically use it to make sugar, which to make like different things. But I mean, really, I mean, we're gonna not really use it. Yeah. What we can do is just make a big enough one just for that. Now, I want at least to have 5 to 10 of each sieve going at a time. Now, I don't want the sieves to go running all the time. So I was thinking about separating, having an air gap or two, and then a piston where it will shove a block in between when I want to turn it off, and then I'll have it open up to a water flow area so the items will go in the water flow and leave into a pit of lava. So that way we won't have a bunch of items gathered up on the floor, which if we have too many, it could actually crash the game. I have had that happen before. I broke something once and had the game crash because there was too many items, too many entities. I mean, if you have too many like farm animals, it could slow down your Minecraft world. So it's like the same principle. I mean, there's too much entities on the screen. Now it takes 5 minutes for an entity to go away, so I mean, can't be sitting on 5 minutes of like 10 sieves of each kind just to get rid of a item when they're running 2.5 seconds to make a item. So yeah, that will add up very fast. So we have to put that that mechanism in to make sure that we don't overdo it. I also thinking about making an auto sorter for the items that we do get and we want to keep, and then the rest we just trash. Like I don't need the the saddles at all. So I mean that's one item we could just totally get rid of. The books I'm gonna have to end up keeping because there's a lot of good ones that come through. And let's block that up. Now, unfortunately, guys, what I said about the server that realm I'm on with a couple other people, I don't know what's gonna happen to the server now. So that's kind of hanging in the air right now to the main person who's running that. I mean, unfortunately, it's a thing, but you know, some people don't have enough time to do everything, or you know, So while that's in the balance, I've been just gaming on other games. Like I said, I got a new one, and the new one I got was the Marvel Avengers game for PS4, and I actually enjoy it. No, I'm not that far into it. Well, I wouldn't say that far. I mean, apparently I'm like at 30% of the main story done. Just got Black Widow. There's a bunch of like little challenges for the game. There's a timed event for this one archer that we're very close to her by the Hawkeye. So I'm wondering if you don't complete it within a lot of time, they cycle through to different heroes, quests you could do, so you could get different ones. I mean, if you know about the Marvel Avengers in general, like as a series of like comic books and whatnot, there's has been quite a bit of people that has been an Avenger. So the roster could be quite huge at the very end, but it looks like they've just been doing it like little events, which is okay. I mean, that game's also a little of a grind where it comes with leveling and getting gear for your people, which, face it, I actually don't mind the grind. I quite enjoy it. You don't want a game you could blast through within like 10 hours. I mean, that's really not worth it. I mean, some games are, but I mean, for a full price game, no, I wouldn't do that. I would like wait till it goes on sale, which I actually did wait for Marvel Avengers to go on sale to get it. Right now until what, the 10th or something like that, it's like supposed to be on sale for 50% off. No, I thought it was a good bargain. There's also another game that I'm thinking about playing just for the fun of it. It is a 60-year-old game though, and it is called I Am Bread. Now that game, if you haven't heard of it, you play as a piece of bread trying to become toast. And the reason why I want to play it, it's one of those games that are like, it's one of those games that is a rage game. What you have to do is you got to make sure that your bread, that your character, the piece of bread, doesn't go, doesn't get disgusting before it gets to becoming toast. It, there's like ants around, there's like glass, there's like, you touch the actual floor, counts as being, you lose percentage, and if you lose all your percentage, you lose the level. And the controls are not the easiest, so I thought it would be a fun game to get because it was also on sale. Just to, you know, just have fun actually. Try something new. So I'm thinking about playing that for mini series, but if not, I'm gonna just play it on my own anyway, so I don't know. I'm hoping eventually to start out to have a couple of games where I play with other people. 'Cause sometimes playing alone, it's not fun. Like for Minecraft, I mean, some of it's fun, but if you're doing like a whole world, it's I find it more fun with at least one or two other people to play with. Yeah, the people I want to play with, like for Minecraft, I have to convince them to buy it first off, because they don't have it currently. But no matter what, when the new update hits, other than this world, we will start a new one. And that would be the basic vanilla game. But I didn't want to make a vanilla game right now because I didn't want to have to go searching for a new biome just to get the new stuff. And there's a lot of new stuff. I'm glad. I'm glad there's a different variation of the ores now, where it's like a different kind of stone that's twice as hard. But you get the same materials, but I mean, it gives the world more life. Also, also kind of wish there was like slab variants for this. I know it's a little weird, but for like grass, so then when you look far, the mountains will be like more smooth. Certain mountains will be more smooth, and others will be more rigid. And you could like really mess with the terrain. But I mean, they don't have that right now. I mean, we could do a little bit of that with like slabs of stone and whatnot. I gotta remember to keep an eye on. We got a decent amount of material. Now the netherrack I'm gonna just trash. I mean, it's everywhere in the nether. Although I'm gonna keep the netherrack thinking about it because I need to turn it into the warp nylium. I need to turn a lot of that into the warp nylium. And actually, the mob farm could be useful for build because I'm gonna need that just to make the grass. Oh, we could get a bunch of blackstone also underground, but I want to work here first. Let's get rid of this guy. There's one thing I want them to add right off the top of my head is a material that a wither cannot break. So that way we can make, well, then everyone can exploit it though. But I mean, I just want to make like a room for the wither fight, but then having it destroyed every time I fight one. And just in general, I'm not talking about just in this playthrough. I mean, I wonder if the spawnium in bedrock still works. 'Cause I heard that was removed. Also wondering if they're going to add new bosses eventually. Because it's been a while since they added a boss. I mean, yeah, I mean, there's the Ender Dragon and the Wither, but there's really nothing else. I mean, I don't count the raid as a boss fight kind of thing because there is a bar for it, but, it's a raid. It's different. Still pretty fun. I did like one of the additions, the berries they did. because it's something you could just plant and just pick off the fruit. You don't have to replant it or anything. Also, I can't wait for the remake of Pokemon Diamond and Pearl to come out. But I think that's supposed to be scheduled for next year? Early next year or something? But I want to get it. I want to pre-order it. If I have the money to. I mean, I do have the original Diamond. I have a lot of Pokemon games, thinking about it, actually. You know, I used to be big in the Pokemon Go, but ever since the craziness 2020 been going on, I've kind of not been playing it. I was thinking about getting the Let's Go Pikachu, but there's no point of getting it if I'm not going to play Pokemon Go. So if I do go back to Pokemon Go, I will get a copy of that. But also another reason why I'm not playing Pokemon Go is because, well, it's one of those games I want to play with other people again. There isn't much I can do. I would like to actually... I have recently just found out that there is a Minecraft mod where it's like Dragon Ball Z, but it's called Dragon Block Z. And honestly, if I wasn't in Bedrock and on the PS4, I would definitely go try and download it. But I don't think I can. Because honestly, it'd be kind of cool. Kind of mixing Dragon Ball Z and Minecraft together. I mean, there's like a story mode for it and everything, where you could takes place between throughout the whole Dragon Ball Z and Super. You know, you can go different planets and everything. I mean, it was so cool what I saw. Wow, this video is almost at the 30-minute mark. You tell how much of a grind it is to get stuff done in Minecraft if you haven't played it. That's why so far I'm only doing like one episode a week on Minecraft. Because the resource gathering for certain projects can get a little overwhelming. Especially when they keep on adding updates where new materials are available. Like a new light source is going to be in a new update too. It's going to be the candles. Be kind of cool to play with. I mean, you could have a secret, like, witches brewing area with a bunch of candles. Wait for the lava. Yeah, guys, I am going to cut it here. I want to gather more of the blackstone, but keep this gear started, and bye!